Switching gears for now. The next battle between China and America is not being fought with missiles or armies. It's being fought with machines, data centers, laboratories. China now boasting of the world's fastest supercomputer. It snatched away that crown from America. A new tech race is heating up where the winner could shape the future of AI, quantum computing, robotics, and overall global power, it seems. Take a look.
For decades, America held the crown for technological dominance. Silicon Valley built the world's most powerful companies. US universities led scientific breakthroughs. American chips powered the digital revolution. But now, a new challenger is moving at an extraordinary speed. China has announced a major supercomputer breakthrough. The Lineshine computer in Shenzhen, China, displaced top-ranked US computer El Capitan. The Chinese supercomputer can perform more than 2 quintillion calculations per second. Just to explain, a modern laptop would need to run continuously for hundreds of years to finish the quintillion calculations. This feat marks a symbolic moment in the race for technological supremacy. It is a powerful signal that Beijing wants to challenge America's control over the digital future. But this is not just a competition between two supercomputers. The real battle is much bigger. It is happening across artificial intelligence, where the United States still has some of the world's strongest AI companies, research networks, and semiconductor designers. But China is closing the gap through massive investment, huge data resources, and a manufacturing system built for scale. The fight is also spreading into quantum computing, the next frontier of machines that could solve problems far beyond today's computers. Then comes batteries. When it comes to technology powering electric cars, energy storage, and future industries, China already dominates much of the global battery supply chain, giving it a major advantage. And in robotics, the contest is becoming even more intense. Factories, warehouses, and homes could soon be transformed by intelligent machines. China's industrial strength gives it a powerful position in this race. America still leads in several critical areas, especially advanced AI development, chip design, and cutting-edge research. But China is rapidly closing the gap. Whoever weaponizes these technologies of tomorrow first will dictate the global order for the next century. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
A new naval race taking shape in the Pacific. North Korea is moving its nuclear ambitions from hidden missile sites to the open waters, sending out a warning that could reshape the entire region's security balance. As Pyongyang expands its military reach, the US and its allies are watching every move very closely. Our next report getting you the details on how Kim Jong-un is building a nuclear navy, it seems.
For decades, the flashpoint on the Korean peninsula remained locked to land-based missile silos and secret underground bunkers. The world watched the skies for a potential threat. Now, the danger is moving directly into deep water. A chilling naval expansion is underway, threatening to upend the delicate balance of power across the Pacific. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un commissioned the Chohyeon, a formidable 5,000-ton multi-mission destroyer. Pyongyang says the warship is equipped with a range of systems, including anti-aircraft and anti-ship weapons, as well as nuclear-capable ballistic and cruise missiles. Kim Jong-un promises a larger naval force, signaling that Pyongyang wants nuclear deterrence not only on land but also at sea. The shift comes after years of North Korea expanding its missile program. From long-range ballistic missiles to submarine-based weapons, the country has steadily tried to increase the range and flexibility of its arsenal. A nuclear-armed naval force could allow North Korea to operate beyond its coastline and create new challenges for countries across the Pacific. But this military expansion is unfolding in a region already on high alert. South Korea has strengthened its own defense posture, increasing military cooperation with the United States. Seoul and Washington have expanded joint drills and strategic coordination, sending a message that any threat from Pyongyang will face a combined response. The rivalry has deep roots. Since the Korean War, the Korean Peninsula has remained one of the world's most heavily militarized zones. North Korea has built its nuclear program over decades, while South Korea and the US have relied on alliances and advanced military capabilities to counter the threat. Now, with Kim Jong-un pushing towards a nuclear navy, the balance of power is entering a new phase. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Last week, an artwork at London's National Portrait Gallery created a stir after it revisited Winston Churchill's role in the 1943 Bengal famine. Millions of Indians died back then, and now this artwork has been removed after growing outrage. In fact, the 40-minute-long video installation titled Persistence referred to the starvation of the Indian population by Churchill during the 1943 famine. This came as a surprise in the UK, which venerates Churchill as a leader who stood up to Hitler and helped win the Second World War. But this was followed by pushback from powerful quarters. Andrew Roberts, a member of the UK's upper house, and 50 more peers, including Churchill's grandson, shot off a letter to the National Portrait Gallery describing the portrayal of Churchill as a barefaced lie and ideologically motivated rant. They stated that the Bengal famine was caused by a typhoon. They also claimed Churchill told his war cabinet to make every effort to help those affected and even asked international leaders to send food grains to India. Now, why did an award-winning artist, Helen Kammock, decide to withdraw her video installation is the immediate question. As per reports, she claimed that there was incredible pressure on artists and institutions to bend to external pressure and to be silent. But she also emphasized that to challenge and explore ideas and history is vital to a healthy society. On its part, the National Portrait Gallery distanced itself from the views in the video and acknowledged the opinions of those who were offended by the reference to Churchill. The Bengal famine has remained one of the least acknowledged tragedies of the colonial era. While Churchill's statues stand across Britain, the suffering of millions of Indian men, women, children has often been relegated to the margins of history, it seems. Was it a disaster made deadlier by decisions of Churchill? Let's just take you back to the 1940s. The Bengal province, which was then part of British India, experienced a huge food crisis as Japan's occupation of Myanmar cut off rice exports, extensive crop damage because of a powerful cyclone in October 1942 added to the people's woes. However, the crippling blow was Britain's wartime policy of stockpiling and diverting foods for its forces in anticipation of a Japanese invasion. As part of this denial policy, the colonial administration aimed to prevent food stocks from falling into enemy hands. It also confiscated boats and carts, thereby disrupting transport network, which made it harder for food to actually reach those in need. Churchill, who was the Prime Minister back then, has been accused of ignoring warnings of mass starvation. Not just that, the relief shipments arrived only after the crisis escalated. Owing to the subsequent price inflation, food became unaffordable for millions, basically. Families sold their possessions to survive. Entire villages were pushed into starvation. Thousands flocked to Kolkata in search of help, only to die on the streets from hunger and disease. And by the time the crisis eased, an estimated 3 million people had perished, 3 million lives. The latest controversy over Churchill in the UK raising uncomfortable questions that Britain needs to answer. Is Britain still in denial about the systemic exploitation of India during the colonial rule? Will the UK government offer an unconditional apology to millions of Indians who lost their lives? The Bengal famine remains a painful reminder of that dark chapter of colonial rule.